Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of World of Tanks Live, and today we're going to be playing with the T32. That's one that was requested by you guys not too long ago. So let's quickly go over its weaknesses and its strengths. So first off, it has a similar gun to what the T29 has. So we look at the specs here. I hope I'm right. I think it does. I swear it used to. So we'll look at the standard shell damage and the shell penetration. So it's around 240 to 400 for damage, and 240 to 400 on the T29 as well. And we'll go back to the T32 here and look at its, where is it? Shell penetration, 149 to 248. Yep, that's about it. Its reload time, I think, is a little bit slower on the T32. But anyway, let's look at its armor. So first off, the turret. Now, there's a couple turrets that you can have on here. The stock one only has 114 millimeters of armor, so that's pretty crappy. If you know if it's a stock turret, if you know your turrets, then you could shoot at the turret and most of your shots will probably go through if you're in anything with a half-decent gun. But the upgraded turret, 298 millimeters of armor. Now, is there any other piece of armor on any tank that has more than that other than the T95? I know the T95 has 302 millimeters armor? 305 millimeters armor on the front, which, by the way, I got myself a nice camo on here. It seems to be helping quite a bit now. Camos used to be a little bit cheaper, and you just had one camo that would work on every map, but they didn't actually do anything. They were for visual effects only. But an 8.6, I think, was it 8.6? Maybe 8.5? At one point, they made that a thing. They made it so camouflages actually do help your tank to camouflage. So we'll look at the armor a little bit more here. So of course you want to aim at that hatch if you're in trouble. If it's going hull down on you, then you don't have much choice. That's going to be your best bet. Don't try to shoot beside this big block of armor on the front because it might not help you too much. That's a pretty good angle, so you know it's going to be tough. Turret armor is still 197 on the sides, so that's probably a bad idea as well. In the back, still 152 millimeters of armor, and it looks like if you hit this rounded part, it's probably a little bit bouncy. So I would just avoid shooting the turret really at all, except for that top part, unless you've got a big gun. And then we'll look at the hull. Now it's pretty well angled, as you can see at the front there. And it's only got 127 millimeters of armor there, so most things will penetrate it. It is kind of tough, though, compared to the T34, which has 102 millimeters there, and I think the T29 has the same. Yes, it does. It's better, but it's still not really overly respectable. So we'll get into battle here. We've got our tank all upgraded. Had this one for a while. When I got this one, the T34 was still a tier 9. It was the tier 9 American Heavy, and I pushed through this one. I wasn't looking forward to it too much. I didn't want to give up my T29 for the T32. Which I didn't, but I mean, I didn't want to advance to the T32. I saw nothing in it that really looked that exciting. The gun wasn't really any better. The armor wasn't that much better. It was a little bit more sluggish, I think. And the T34 and the T30, they really didn't interest me. And then they switched it out for the T34. They switched out for the M103, and they switched the T30 out for the T125 and moved the T30 over to the tank destroyer line, and then added the turreted American tank destroyers. So there's 2 tank destroyer lines for the US. So we're on this map. Let's head on over. Right this way. You know what? This tree, we're gonna let it live. We're helping the environment. Let's point a turret that way. I've taken a shot before getting over here, although that might have been in a slower tank, aka your T95. Let's see, how are we doing here? Let's make our mini-map a little bit bigger. Looks like there could be a few more going north. I should wait. Yeah, it's very smart. Paying too much attention to everyone else and not up to myself. This KV4, I find that turret on top, sure it's a weak spot, but I find it to be scared me. That made you made me think there was someone there I should have been shooting at. That was gonna shoot me. But it seems like it's still relatively bouncy. I don't know. T71 there. He's got 6 rounds, guys. Be careful. He'll wreck you up pretty good. Okay, here comes another T32. Guess we gotta wait for him. We're playing the waiting game. That E4 is over there a little bit farther than me, so that means when people come around the corner, the first thing they're going to see is him before me. Although if I take a shot, I'm going to be backing up immediately. Oh boy, I should have goal if I'm shooting at this thing. I'm in a tier 10 battle. Crap! Please don't park in front of me. Thank you. You're down there, buddy. I'm going to take cover behind you, KV4, because I'm a big bad chicken. If I back up more, they can have only my turret showing a little bit better. But oh, he took quite a bit of damage, didn't he? He's at 32%. Oh, hello. There's somebody. There's T57 in front of us. Has this 4-round auto-loader. Oh, hello. Oh, he's going to hit me. I thought for sure he was going to take a chunk out of me. Let's hit this guy. He hasn't hit me first. Okay, all's good. I was starting to turn around because I figured he was going to look at me and unload a few shots into my back as opposed to the Ferdy. Ooh, don't shoot at me. Saw that shell whiz by my head. Of course, that bounce, it's in tier 10 at an angle. Was it not? I think so. I don't want to get in this E4's way. Last thing I need is some really heavy-duty friendly fire. Okay. I was hopefully going to be able to aim for the hatch on top of the E100, but it's kind of a tough one. What was my team rushing them? Everybody to the bottom of the hill. No. I want to get in there, but I can't take the hits, and they're not. They know at that tier not to aim for my turret. So if I can't give them only that to shoot at, then I'm in some serious trouble. I thought that penetrated for a second. Look at the mob of tanks we have going this way. That's funny. Did we lose any? We didn't lose any tanks in that. Well played, guys. Although with our sheer numbers, that's significant. Oh yeah, there is a good mob heading back up north. A good amount of them are heading back. I'm going to go with these guys. We'll take care of the base. There's somebody at T34 up on the hill. I'm going to keep moving. They're going to corner him. I'm sure they can take out that guy on their own. Oh yeah. A little bit of help from the IS-7, I think. Let's park here with our backs faced towards the enemy. This is smart. Yay, we finally did some damage. It's T-34. I'm kind of concerned by him. Come on, show yourself. I don't know if I can take on the T-34 on my own, honestly. I feel like even though... Oh, hello, artillery. Even though they both are tier 8s, I feel like it's the T-34 is the better tier 8. Oh, I was going to take a shot. Okay, let's go. I-7. I will scout it out for you. And 320, back it up. He's probably going to shoot me. Yeah, he's going to shoot me in a second here. Oh yeah. Ooh, you hit my turret. You know better. You're a T-34, or you're premium possibly. Because a lot of people got their T-34s before they became a premium vehicle, but not everybody. So I see 3 at our base. I wasn't paying attention 4, potentially. Okay, 3 now. So that means there's a maximum 4 over there now. Maximum of 1 near their base over here. Their artillery's dead. So I don't think we have too much to worry about. Looks like me and the IS-7 and the KV-4 trailing behind there. Have this place under control. I'm gonna hide behind this thing a little bit though. Just right back here is fine. Just enough to hide in the lower plate of my tank. It looks like we've got this one in the bag. Oh, you gonna back into me? I don't think he's over there. I think if he's gonna come, he's probably gonna be coming from that way. Although he might take that path. If you see my mouse cursor down the middle of the map, he might take that up here. There's a chance of that, but I think regardless, even if they send one back, then we've got this. 2 tier 8s and a tier 10, no problem. And there's not a chance of they're capping that in time, so good game. Yes, you take out that dead artillery. Okay, so take a look at our stats here. The T34, 3 modules. Engine, fuel tank, and track. I almost set him on fire. I wonder if it was that last shot, because that last shot tracked him. It did some damage too, though. That might have been what did the engine and the fuel tank, actually, that one shot. Track, fuel tank, and engine. Well, should have been a good shot. This guy probably just took his track. Yes, I did. I got points for tracking him. That's a nice new feature. I like that. Getting experience points and credits or whatnot for tracking a vehicle and then your enemy or your ally shooting it. That's great. 105. Okay, I didn't do 100. I thought I was going to say I did 105 to him. When? And how only 105? If I penned him, then it would have been more than that. I could have used gold rounds, but it wasn't really worth it. Let's see. It probably would have still pounced him anyway, honestly. It's hard to aim for the weak points from that distance. I know they have some, but they're not very big. At least not on the turret with that gun. Yeah, oh, I spotted him. Didn't get any damage points though, so oh well. Let's see, team score. Placed about in the middle, which, considering I was near the bottom of the list, isn't too bad. Oh, if we look at experience though, I'm right near the top. That's pretty great. The damage done though, that's not half bad for how I was in the battle. Where I was in the list in that battle. So yeah, you may argue that point, but I'm happy with it. And let's see, we got our 2 times. Got 21,000 plus credits. Traveled 1.5 kilometers. Received 1 hit, which had a potential of 400 damage. 8 of our 9 shots hit. I guess the 1 shot we missed would have been probably that shot to the artillery. Or no. We shot something just after it died, didn't we? I think so. I'm not sure. Anyway, guys, so next time, as you can see by the way, I got a new tank, which I'm not really liking at all. It's fully upgraded and all, but I don't like it. I had to upgrade the turret to get the better gun, but the stock turret was so much better as far as the armor goes. I want the stock turret back. I'm half tempted to just downgrade the gun and go with the more armored turret. Then again, I'm used to tanks with tough turrets because I've been doing the American lines. But anyways, let's see here. I'll go through the list of tanks once more quickly. So pick out a tank you want to see in the future. I've got a couple more lined up still. 3 more lined up, I think, that you guys have requested. So if you've requested it in a previous video, then I'm probably going to be doing it in the next couple episodes. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, hopefully before long we'll have the T57 Heavy, or maybe I'm thinking I'm going for the Churchill gun carrier, which I'll show you where that is in the tech tree in just a second. So I've heard a lot of bad things about it, and I've heard good things about it from one person. So here's the Churchill that we have now. The Churchill gun carrier is this one here. It's got an okay gun, which it's showing the stock one there, and I don't want that. But it's got an okay gun here. 250 damage per shot. Decent rate of fire. It's like 1 every 12 seconds or something. Or no, 1 every... There's 60 seconds in a minute, not 100. So that's a little under every 10 seconds a shot. That's not too bad. It's a tier 8 gun. Its armor is 88 millimeters. So that's nothing special. Can't rely on that. Anyways, that's it for this time, guys. Maybe we'll go for that Churchill gun carrier next. We'll see. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get through that line. I'm kind of hoping to push up to the FV there. That looks like a nasty thing. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.